Peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now. Right now. Kicking that style butt. I told y'all, matter of fact, thank y'all for for the different remedies and things of that nature. After the first one, basically what happened is styes can spread if you say, for instance, it was in the other eye and I must have rubbed too much in the process and beforehand, like, so say for instance, without even seeing this one form, the damage already was done, so it sent the infection to the other eye, so this one started popping up. But this one only stayed about 4 days or so, something like that. But I want to speak on, matter of fact, and this style might have something to do with what I'm speaking on as well. But it's basically after the winter solstice, the sun then came up in this different position, you know what I'm saying? Which that situation is also accounted to Horus and Quetzalcoatl and Krishna and Jesus, But basically a winter solstice is just almost like an energy portal in essence, and almost like a completion, almost like that beginning to, or that end to bring in a new beginning in essence. But I want to speak on how right now we're dealing with some vibrational changes right now. Right now they got some ascension energy that's passing through, that's fluctuating, that may be causing some of us to wonder like what's going on. And it's that type of energy that throws us off in a manner of like we wondering like why I have a craving for pickles, or why I got a craving to eat some sweets even though I know sugar's not good for me. As a matter of fact, that's one of the symptoms as well, which I'm going to get into. But what's happening also is a spike in the Schumannic resonance, in which I always spoke of this before I even came across the information on this situation. Because some of this information I'm presenting to you is like, channel like my own insight, and then some of it is basically like insight that was information that comes from somewhere else, but that was pushed in my face because of my intuition and my higher self was like, here, watch this. This is going to add to what you're dealing with. But the Schumannic resonance, I've been telling y'all, like, as above, so below. If we're raising our vibration, then what you think the earth is doing, you know what I'm saying? And with the earth raising its vibration, then that would make sense that the Schumannic resonance, the Schumann vibration will raise as well from like 7.7 or 7.8 to, higher hertz. So right now we are really experiencing and feeling it, the raise and the spike in the earth vibrations, and that's causing a little fluctuation in our energies in essence. Matter of fact, you'll possibly feel energy surges within your lower chakra, so the root chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus, and even in the lower chakras as well, as far as like the earth star chakra that's under the feet. But basically you're gonna feel like a little difference, or like some type of little energy surge, or just something that's a little different in those chakras than normal. Also, eating habits become, matter of fact, I wrote down eating habits kind of become like a pregnant woman, as far as like, you got this craving. Like I just come out of the Whole Foods, and I know for sure that, like I just made a post about drinking some E3 live, I know for sure I want to eat the healthiest of healthiest foods at all times, but a little bit of that is my ego saying, hey, I'm a healthy vegan, and my identity dies whenever I stop eating vegan food. You know what I'm saying? People don't realize that like it's ego and all that. It's ego from being a white man or a black man, like all that, when you're too deep into it. Of course we got our culture, you know what I'm saying, and our physical existence, but when you go too deep into it, that becomes your identity, you know what I'm saying, and you no longer become a vibration on the human experience, you become a human with identity, and that's the difference. But the eating habits change up, and again, like I walked in Whole Foods and my mind was on being like completely extremely healthy vegan when I walk in here, and then the first thing that my body and my intuition took me to was a slice of vegan pizza, you know what I'm saying? So it's like All right, and I was about to walk away from it, and something said, Corey. We basically, it was like, Corey, we're gonna stop talking to you if you continue to ignore us. We brought you in front of the pizza. Nothing is wrong with that pizza. Eat the pizza. Basically telling me indirectly like it's some energetic things going on that you don't understand with your left brain logic. So get that pizza. Matter of fact, and get a blueberry scone while you're at it. Because you know a lot of things I tell people, you know, when you're dealing with healthy foods and being organic, things of this nature, you want to deal with less man-made, manufactured foods as possible. But here it is, I'm in the store and being pushed to buy these, you know, this manufactured food as far as like, you know, somebody got to put the dough together. It's not like a fruit that just comes straight from mama, you know what I'm saying? So I'm questioning that, but then a voice was like, hey, trust us, go with the flow. Like, you know, and it may be something like, again, it's things you can't see. Because another thing too, when we have these type of energy surges, like the body is trying to get energy in any way, form, or fashion. So it's like, hey, we need kind of like a high level of energy, dense type of energy. So instead of eating like a bunch of celery sticks, you know, just eat this slice of pizza and this right here. You know what I'm saying? Like something that's gonna get it to us right quick in this moment, and we gonna handle the rest. We gonna intuitively guide you to fast or drink a lot of water tomorrow. But right now, you know, this pizza and you, you know, and adding some fat to your body in order to burn the energy with all the you know, these downloads that our body is going through. Because again, our body goes through downloads whenever we're not conscious of them, in essence. So, you know, that's the thing. The body knows, the spirit and soul knows what's going on. So just trust the soul and spirit. So you're not going crazy if you got a craving for something that may seem a little unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? Now, does that mean go drink some battery acid or something like that? No. But honestly, though, I would say follow your heart and follow your guides, because I know that there is those extremes out there. Like the fact that they got like that, and they had a show on this, but like people who eat like drywall and stuff like this, and it makes them feel good, you know, which is in some essence toxic. You know, we're in a matrix. All these things is props. Like, you know, like everything is hematite. Like, you know, like this pencil, like this is props. Like the chaga mushroom and the elixir, like that's all props. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course it has an energetic value, but at the end of the day, it's just props in the physical matrix. You know. So don't trip out on the eating habits. And you also may have muscle aches, maybe skin irritation or skin itchiness. You may feel like inner vibrations or like heart palpitations. All that is just, you know, basically ascension sickness, if, you know, so to speak. You know, this ease of the body, but not no true disease, but just, you know, just a little disruption in the body due to ascension process. Because there's more going on than our conscious left brain logic could comprehend, you know. And also dealing with this energy, you want to deal with grounding crystals. Because matter of fact, again, the Schumannic energy is raising, so it's almost like a recalibration. You know, you ever got like a phone or something, and you know, you probably dropped it too many times, and you went to the Google Maps and it's like, hey, recalibrate the compass. Like, you know, like turn your phone all kind of ways so the compass could recalibrate. Well, that's what the body, you know, the soul is making the body, you know, turn all kind of ways to recalibrate, you know what I'm saying? So it's bigger things, you know. So just like that phone, where if that phone had a consciousness, that phone is wondering like, why is he turning me all over the place, you know? But not knowing that this is a calibration that is for your benefit, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely good to work with grounding stones right now, because again, whenever it's high vibration, just a lot of just different energies, especially high vibrations coming in and downloads, you want to work with grounding energies to center yourself. When too much electricity is surging, you know, in anything, you got to ground it. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you giving that car boost and you got the little grounded, you know what I'm saying, a little rubber to ground is to center, you know, your electricity so you could use it and operate, you know. But basically you want to work with grounding crystals. Matter of fact, Because 2 is a magnetic energy that's going on with the feminine energy. It's a surge of feminine energy. So that feminine energy is magnetic as well. So it's going to be good to deal with the metals. Matter of fact, right now, I'm working with hematite, pyrite. It's a nice little piece I just got gifted. Blessings to the brethren, Sonny. Thank you, bro. And I'm working with the lodestone or the magnetite. These 3 is a good combination for right now for, what we're going through in the Ascension process. Matter of fact, help ground you. Matter of fact, pyrite and hematite, great in combination with dealing with the brain capacities as far as like focus and analytics, things of this nature. Of course, we're not trying to move into being more, left brain in our operations. And when I say left brain, quote unquote, more masculine, more logical. I just use that as a terminology because it's, it's not necessarily a left brain, right brain situation going on technically, so they say. But you definitely want to deal with these crystals. Matter of fact, like we're dealing with, that ground and that vitality, that courage, because we're moving into, basically right now, we're having that total rebirth. And, basically we grounding those high vibrations, grounding that those transformational energies within our body, within our DNA, so it could be used moving forward. So definitely hematite, root chakra, vitality, helps for the production of red blood cells. Just all around good, just on the ground and root chakra level. One of the go-to crystals in essence for that energy. Then the pyrite, of course, the solar plexus, a little bit of the sacral, but more of the solar plexus, more of the confidence and creativity. And unlike citrine or less earthier crystals, this is going to give you that confidence. It's going to give you a little bit of that, that sun energy, like, that little energy from, like of a sunlight, but a little more grounding, a little more centered, like how citrine give you that, like, yeah, you just want to jump around and sing a song, this and that. Pyrite gives you that vibe, but with more of a grounded approach. So you'll be feeling that, but you'll just kind of be humming to yourself instead of like, or citrine got you, jumping around, really outwardly expressing, that sunlight, that love of life, that joyous. Matter of fact, like Leo energy, because Leo energy deals with the sun. So that kid-like, joyous energy, enjoying yourself. And then of course, the lodestone deals with attraction of love, but attraction on all levels, basically magnetizing all things that you love and desire, all the things dealing with your soul purpose, that your heart truly loves, will be magnetically attracted to you. And it's also good with the magnetic energy field of your body, because as our blood pumps, it has iron in it, and that metal is moving rapidly. So basically you got metal, rapidly moving, creating like an energetic field. So just from our blood pumping, it's creating an energetic field within our body. So that lodestone will be great to work with. And also this has nothing to do with the grounding energy in essence. This is me just always carrying around. So I'm just showing y'all my piece of amber. Amber is not necessarily a crystal, more like a organic amorphous. Like, I forgot what's the terminology, but it's basically like something that's a living thing, and it has like a amorphous, so no real crystal structure to it. But great for the sacral chakra, great for replenishing the chi energy, that prana, that life force, that ashe. It's great for that. Also, I like to use just good fortune, not necessarily good luck, kind of more of like just synchronicity, I would say, and definitely good for the magicians, in order for your magic to work, what I'm saying, you got to have a high level of chi energy, and which our magic, and not going too far off on this note, but our magic and our manifestation is more about alignment and the art of allowing than it is actually saying, hey, poof, I'm gonna make this manifest, or poof, I'm gonna make this manifest. It's almost like a cell in the body thinking it has complete control over all its operations. As above, so below. So we are a cell in a bigger body, and for us to think like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing, yeah, to a certain extent, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, to a certain extent, some of our cells are operating and doing tasks without us consciously governing it. But push come to shove, it goes by the way of what this body, the bigger body says, So it's always good to keep that in mind. So again, working with grounding crystals is good for right now, because that shamanic resonance is raising, and the recalibration of the lower chakras is going to help. Also in essence recalibrating the crystals as well, because they come from the earth. So it's a recalibration of of everything in that essence. And also is a DNA upgrades we're going through right now as well. So again, you want to make sure you're eating healthy and drinking a lot of water, in which the water is important also, which I'm about to get into, because there's going to be a lot of watery energy dealing with astrology and the planets moving into this next year. Matter of fact, because the first full moon is in Cancer, so there's going to be a lot of, which is a moon sign, but has a watery energy. But let's see. Oh yeah, and you want to deal with the 528 hertz binaural beats, as far as, because that's good for DNA repair, and it's good for the love vibration, good unconditional love vibration as well. So it's good to work with that during this ascension process. While our DNA is getting upgrades, why not add to that situation? And just right now, it's important to align with our higher self and trust our intuition, because of, like, say for instance, let's see, because of the reality that things that are good, what we're going through right now, there's going to be things that are good for our soul and good for our soul purpose and good for us soulfully, that is not going to be logical. It's going to be a lot of things that's not going to seem logical, but it's still going to be great for our soul, like eating a pizza over getting something that's a little more healthy. So in these times, it's getting more and more important to meditate and to connect with your higher self, to clear that noise out of your brain, so you can connect with your higher self and connect with that higher intuition, because it's gonna drive you crazy to always forever be guessing in this direction we're moving. The vibration is only going up higher. The slower you move with it, the more you're gonna feel detached, and the more you're gonna have like them thoughts of like, oh, like, what's going on? Like, I'm scared. I'm not, just trust in the universe, but move forward. You gotta be, what I'm saying, moving up with the vibration. And going into the next subject, which is, I usually do these videos by itself, but since I'm on the subject of the energetic changes right now, we're gonna have a full moon in Cancer in January 1st / January 2nd, and basically it's gonna be in the constellation of the zodiac sign of Cancer, constellation of Cancer. Cancer is a moon sign, so it's gonna deal. So not only is a full moon in general, but it's also dealing with a moon sign. So it's gonna be a lot of moody, like a lot of mood and emotional, type of things going on. But also with the Cancer energy, the Cancer is about like nurturing and family and a maternal energy, loving energy and feelings, things of this nature. And it's also going to be dealing with our emotional DNA, what I'm saying? And a lot of us on this earthly plane has traumatization within our DNA, what I'm saying? Yeah, you got the loyalty and royalty, like Kendrick say, but you also got a little trauma in there that we got to clean out. And also with this full moon in Cancer starting off the year, it's kind of like basically setting the tone for that the divine feminine energy coming into 2018. So 2018 is starting with a moon energy, a feminine magnetic energy, a loving, nurturing, family-oriented energy, to start the year off. You know what I'm saying? Is basically chopping that fiery male-like energy. If we use that fiery energy to through the eclipse, to get us to get the courage to shed that skin, and now we kind of going into this rebirthing stage, and about to be showering with this water energy, what I'm saying, that's about to be coming through. Matter of fact, age of Aquarius as well, upon that. But this full moon is definitely going to be a time to, deal with love and the nurturing aspects of your being, to make sure you embrace more of the nurturing aspects of your being. Deal with family a little more. Also, pay attention to your emotions, like what's going on with yourself emotionally. Pay attention to that. As well as just generally with full moons, that beginning, setting intentions, what I'm saying, things that we're moving forward, trying to to move into basically things that we're trying to change or transform into. And I say transform into for lack of a better word, but just the things that we're trying to ascend into, dealing with our soul purpose. We definitely, matter of fact, want to start writing down more, because just like working out a problem, you ever notice like things are better like when you try to do some math in your head, but the moment you write it down, it just kind of works itself out better. Well, in instances, that's how affirmations work, and like having a journal, or like writing down your soul purpose or what you really want to manifest. Write down there to kind of give it a little extra energy, a little extra oomph to it. So you definitely want to deal with that. But it's definitely just more of a hypersensitive energy, feminine, maternal energy, and more just keeping the emotions in check, because again, we've been through all this energy through 2017, so it's starting off with that. Basically, like we starting off 2018 with a hug, and like just being rocked, by that matter of fact, by that woman loving energy of God, the woman, because I always correct people when they're so, even brothers and sisters who understand what's going on, and it shows you how subconscious you could be brainwashed. Well, here it is, we study these things in and out every day, but then you still kind of slip up and say he when you're dealing with God, when God is not a he. If anything, and God don't mind if you say it. And as a matter of fact, God don't even the word God, I almost threw up by saying God. Like it is bigger than even that, you know what I'm saying? Which God is a verb technically. But it's the woman energy, the divine feminine energy is moving through it, and it's time to embrace that within ourselves. That's also what this full moon is asking for us to embrace the divine feminine energy within ourselves, especially as males, as the males with the masculinity, like it's like, man, get in touch with the feelings and emotions, man. Get in touch with that maternal energy within. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, as a father, connect with your children on the level that kind of embodies a little more maternal energy. And then when I say that, just more of a nurturing energy. Not asking you to act like a woman, because that's another thing. Where you get this in your head, these egotistical ideas of like, oh, you actually act like, come on now, and that's where the maturity comes in, like be mature enough to understand that, you know what I'm saying, that feminine energy, is a very nurturing energy, and as a parent, you know what I'm saying, why wouldn't you want to nurture your kids, so that's another aspect of the full moon as well, being in Cancer. But it's definitely, for the most part, just setting the tone for the feminine energy that's moving in. So, matter of fact, when that Cancer, when that moon comes in, it will be great to work with moonstone. Moonstone would be great to work with. As a matter of fact, the moonstone embodies a lot of matter of fact, in a rainbow moonstone to be exact, it embodies a lot of divine feminine energy in it, and it's great. Be great for dealing with that full moon come January 1st and 2nd. And the Cancer energy deals with the moon, so it's like full moon on top of moon energy. So it's moon on top of moon energy. So like I said, just very, very emotional, very nurturing, loving energy, But that's basically it. Just wanted to inform y'all on like the energetic changes that, don't panic. We're going through some changes that may make you question things, but again, that's why it's important to get the intuition up, because when the intuition is heightened and you're unconditionally in alignment with your inner source, your inner being, when you're in alignment, then, and I say that so you could use that as an affirmation. I kind of like snuck that in there, but like I am unconditionally in alignment with my inner being, say that as an affirmation, or put your own twist, but it's basically like being, no matter the condition, always being in alignment. That's the key. And when you're aligned with your being, then you'll start to see that life is about making less decisions and less logic. It's so much about just going with the flow, like where you just sit down and just catch the urge, like, all right, go here, go there, you know what I'm saying? And it's not so much of just sending you everywhere, but you'll just start to see that, it's really about just following that inner voice, and then the things will manifest like they're supposed to. And you won't have to consider yourself trying to manifest things, because you'll be going with the flow of things and surrendering to the universe, where it would allow for things to manifest on the level that your soul truly wants to. You know what I'm saying? So just remember that. Peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now.